The Porsche case which Tikam was talking about, you are all, the memories would be pretty much afresh. A very tragic incident when two young professionals lose their lives in an accident, which were a Porsche car, a car driven by a juvenile at rash speed under the influence of liquor. This incident took place. There was a lot of criticism on the police department, the media, etc. Everyone was criticizing the police, that somehow the police has not handled it with the kind of professionalism. And by professionalism, they basically meant that probably the police, the system was compromised. I can tell you, to make our facts on record clear and straight, that the accident did take place at the early morning hours of 19th of May 2024 at 2:30, 3 o'clock, approximately that point of time. And yes, the local police station did err in certain aspects, especially in not informing the senior formations of the Pune City Police that such a serious incident had taken place. But at 9 o'clock in the morning on that Sunday, when I had come to know of that incident, we had ensured that the most professional action and the strictest possible legal action is taken in the matter. To the extent of me going on record on that Monday itself, that I would challenge any panel of legal experts or any professionals who can come and suggest me a better path. Meaning that we had booked, the initial offense was registered against the juvenile under the bailable section. We had transformed it into the non-bailable section at 12 afternoon on that Sunday. We had booked the pub owners and the father for allowing him to be served with liquor, for allowing a juvenile to be served with liquor. It was probably be the first case in the country where a parent of the juvenile and the pub owners were booked for allowing service of liquor to an accused. It would be probably the first such instance. We had got a tip-off that there were certain efforts to change the blood sample of the juvenile, and on that confidential information, it was me who ordered that a second blood sample of the accused be taken and kept confidential. And it was this second blood sample, all of these steps took place on Sunday itself, much before the media outrage, much before the public outrage. All these foundation stones were laid on Sunday, and the second blood sample which was taken and the subsequent the DNA sample reports of the blood samples proved that the accused, in conspiracy with the parents and relatives and doctors, manipulated the blood sample. The son's blood sample was replaced by the mother's blood sample, and it was a very interesting fact which came up in the investigation. When the son went for the blood sample, the doctor said that you were drunk, so your blood sample would contain alcohol. So why don't you tell your father to give the blood sample? So his father came, and then he said, "मी पण 3 वाजेपर्यंत दारू पीत होते." म्हणजे he was also drinking. So then his other son was called, and ती म्हटले की मी तर 5 वाजेपर्यंत दारू पीत होते. That there was a issue that द्यायचे तर कोणाचे blood sample द्यायचे. So they ended up giving the mother, who said that she probably consumed the last vodka peg at 11 o'clock. So that was the, I'm not trying to defame any family as such, but what I'm saying is that all this happened in the hospital, and that's how the blood sample got changed, and it was the DNA sample which we took on the first day that proved that the blood samples were tampered with, and that's the reason why the Porsche accused, being a juvenile, he has a right to bail, and he's probably outside, but his father, his mother, the doctors are inside for the last 4 months, and we hope to keep them forever. Of course, I mean, forever is certainly not possible, but we will ensure that action so stringent to create a deterrence amongst people, that if there is a violation, just think in retrospect, if the boy had committed an offense, if the law would have been allowed to take his course, he being a child in conflict with law, he being a juvenile, had a right to get out on bail. But the fact that his relatives, and his grandfather is another nautanki, his grandfather threatened the driver and kidnapped the driver to tell him that तुम्ही सांगा की तुम्ही गाडी चालवत होते, आमचे मुला चालवतच नव्हता. So his grandfather also had a visit to the Yerwada jail for around 15-20 odd days, but due to his age, 77-80 odd years, he was privileged, I would say privileged in inverted commas, to be given bail. But the whole family has ventured into Yerwada because of one error of the boy and the active connivance of the family in allowing the boy and giving him this courage and giving him this support and getting him, trying to help him. What I'm trying to say is that action in the Porsche case is a deterrent for everyone. That let the law take its course. Don't fudge with the legal system. There were allegations made that the whole system is corrupt. Yes, a part of the system was indeed corrupt. The doctors were indeed corrupt. They took money and they conspired to do it. But one must realize that is where the sense of optimism has to be there, that it was the same system which unearthed this systemic error and corrected it and tried to create a deterrent strong enough for people not